guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alya if you are new here. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be doing a product review. This product is unlike any other product I have ever tried in the past or even really heard of, and that is the Time Eraser by the brand Eterno. So just upon inspection of the box, it does say our innovative formula eliminates the appearance of eye bags, puffiness, crow's feet, and wrinkles within 60 seconds. So those are some really big claims. Normally, products that claim to do that, such as like eye creams and things like that, don't necessarily work. So right off the bat, that is giving me major like filler vibes. You know, when you get filler under your eyes to kind of eliminate eye bags. Obviously, people get them in all different places to compensate for sagging skin, wrinkles, things like that. Different from Botox. Botox freezes your muscles, so Botox doesn't actually eliminate your wrinkles necessarily, it just helps prevent you from creating wrinkles or from making the wrinkles worse. But obviously this isn't going to be Botox. It's not, you know, paralyzing the muscles in your face. However, it is giving me major filler vibes, obviously without like the cosmetic needle situation happening, but it is claiming to plump up your skin and reduce signs of aging. So I'll leave timestamps on the screen if you're not interested in hearing about the brand or my experience with them before trying the product. I always like to be very thorough in my product reviews because I want you guys to really get the full picture, not just see me trying something but not really knowing about the product or the backstory or the company. So I feel like those are really all very important aspects, the customer service, the shipping, all of that. So if you're not interested in that, obviously you can just skip to where I try it, but I do think that you will want to hear this. So I'm not 100% sure how I actually came upon this brand. It may have been Instagram advertising. Don't you love how that target marketing works, guys? But anyway, I went to their website and the product is retailing at $59 US. So if you subscribe, you save 40%, and I think that you get like a new bottle every 3 months, and that equals out to 35. So it says ships free, arrives in 5 to 10 business days, and basically what it claims to do here is the combination of anti-wrinkle peptides, acai fruit, and hyaluronic acid deliver immediate results. Apply a very thin amount and wait for the magic to happen. Each application can last between 8 to 10 hours. So that's very interesting. So if you don't want your makeup to crease, or you have some sort of event you want to go to and you want to look flawless and young, this is claiming to last you all day / night. Some other things to note are it contains no parabens, no toxins, no sulfates, no carcinogens, and no BS. So that's all fine and dandy. What I always like to do is after I go to a website, I really like to check out the company's Instagram, and I also like to see if there has been any prior YouTube reviews on the product, and then I like to watch those just to kind of get an idea of how other people are feeling about it, if it is worth me even doing a review, because if the market is too saturated, I'm not going to bother because my video will never get seen. So after checking out their website, I hopped over to their Instagram, and I was kind of interested to see that they have only 7,800 followers. Usually skincare companies, makeup companies, all of that, they tend to have like a decent amount of following. So what that tells me right away is either they're really bad at marketing, or people are not really a big fan of their products, or they're just not really good at utilizing their social media platforms. Maybe they're not collabing that often with influencers and bloggers and YouTubers and things like that, people who are really going to get their products out there. So the next thing I like to do is I like to look into the comments on some of their recent Instagram posts just to kind of get an idea of what customers are saying, if they're just getting a lot of spammy comments and they're not really receiving any feedback or like real interactions, that's not usually a good sign. So when I look at their comments, the first thing I notice is that the orders took quite a long time to arrive. Now on the website it says like 5 to 10 days. Obviously COVID is going to play a big part in that. There are quite a few people on here saying that their orders have taken over a month, they've never received it, the company's not doing anything about it, their order got lost in the mail, they didn't get the product at all, the company refused to resend a new one. This person commented, and they are actually verified on Instagram. They said, I've tried emailing several times requesting a refund and return instructions, and I haven't received a response. The email keeps bouncing back as undelivered, and the email doesn't exist. Please assist. I have DM'd you the screenshots of the bounce back. And then more people complaining that their orders aren't coming, the customer service isn't good. So that's something I want to get into because right away that's kind of like a red flag. Like I get that orders are going to take a little bit longer. And obviously I have the product, so I'm going to explain how my personal experience went with the company. So once I went through the Instagram, I popped over to YouTube, and YouTube is usually a really good way to figure out if a product is legit, if the company is good, you know, all that jazz. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're familiar with reviews. So anyway, you know, I hopped my jolly self over onto YouTube and was shocked to find out that there are 0 reviews on this product. Zero that I could find anyway after scrolling down. You know, there's other products that they have that some people have done reviews on. The only reviews they have on the product are from their own channel, from obviously people who work for them or people that they have paid to talk about the product. No independent YouTuber has spoken about this. That's very bizarre to me. So when I saw that, I decided I'm going to reach out to this company, see if they'd be interested in doing a collab. They haven't apparently done a collab in the past on this product, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity for, you know, both of us to benefit from this. I get content and they get free advertising and a video that they can use on their website, their Instagram, all of that. So they initially emailed me back, said they were excited to collab, blah, 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 send the address. So then they emailed me back and they're like, oh, we actually don't do international collabs. It's too expensive for us to ship the product out there. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure they're based in Miami. I have mailed something larger than this from Ireland to California, and that cost me $10. So you're saying that you cannot afford to send a box this tiny to another country. So I was like, okay, fair enough. That's a little strange. You know, most successful companies don't have a problem doing that, but fine, I get it. So I replied back and said, well, I have an address in the United States that you can send to, and that address will reroute to my Irish address. They won't have to pay any shipping or any duties, any extra shipping anyway. They ship for free when you spend over 50, but they wouldn't have to then spend the shipping to Europe and spend any money on taxes and duties. That would all actually come back to me now, because if I reroute from my American address to my Irish address, I get charged 15 euro. Plus any incoming duties and taxes. So if something is over $45, I get charged. So I'd be getting charged twice. So I'd probably be getting charged a total of like $30 US when this could have been shipped for probably 10. Just saying. They never replied back. So to me, that's just a little unprofessional. That kind of shows me why they aren't super successful, why they don't have any reviews, why they don't have a lot of followers, why people are complaining about them. These are all negatives. And I'm not saying that's any reflection on the product because I haven't tried it yet, and I'm hoping that it was well worth the money because I did have to pay, obviously, the $60 plus shipping to get out here. So I paid like 70 or 80 euro in total. Now, obviously, I was going to purchase it either way. I really wanted to review this because, like I said, nobody else has really done it before, and I was giving them the opportunity to benefit from it as well. And they were not interested, so we're just gonna roll with the punches and see how this goes. One last thing I wanted to mention was I never received any emails on when the item was shipped or any tracking, anything like that, for over 2 weeks. So I had received the initial, like, you've placed your order and here's your order number, but then radio silence. So I emailed them, and I'll actually read that email right now. And I emailed off of a different email address so that they wouldn't like realize that it was the same person who was trying to collab with them. I really wanted them to not like give me any special treatment. I just wanted to be treated as a regular customer if they weren't willing to collab. So after I emailed them asking what the status was of my order and that I hadn't received any shipping, they emailed me back really quickly. And they said, great news, we were able to locate your order and it is in transit to you. You should receive an email with your tracking number once your package ships, usually in the afternoon, which I just resent to you. Please make sure you check your inbox and junk mail folder in case it ends up in there. And then they sent me the tracking info, and they said generally once your order ships, it takes 3 to 5 days to receive it, as long as there's no unexpected shipping delays from the carrier, such as COVID, bad weather, etc. Additionally, please note that we are informed USPS is experiencing a couple days delay on updating tracking history for all packages, not just yours. So I placed the order on August 12th. August 13th, the shipping label was created. Then on August 17th, it was processed through their international distribution center. So it ended up taking like a total of, I believe, 14 days to get here, which really is not like that big of a deal. I'm not like too bothered by that. But I just thought it was funny. They said, we have located your order and I just resent you the tracking information. So I checked my junk folder and it wasn't in there. So it honestly never got sent to me. It's fine, I really don't care. I got the package, it's not lost. I'm just putting it out there that things are a little bit chaotic. So if you do order from them, just expect delays and different things like that to potentially occur, especially with COVID. So enough rambling, let's dive into the product. I have not opened it yet, so I'm very excited to see what it looks like. Oh wow, it's much bigger than I thought. So this is what it looks like right out of the box. So it looks very professional. It's very like well packaged. This is like very attractive packaging. It looks like something that a doctor would use. Now I've never actually been to any sort of plastic surgeon, dermatologist, anything. I've never gotten any fillers, injections, none of that. So maybe stuff doesn't look like this and I'm just sounding stupid, but to me, this looks like something you would see at somebody's office. Now it says on the box to apply a very small amount to clear skin with fingertips, dab over wrinkles, forehead, around eyes. Allow to dry thoroughly before applying makeup. Use morning and evening as needed. So I've already done like my skincare and all that, no makeup on, and we're just going to jump right into this. So it has like a little rubber head that you take off to get the product out, and then you just put that back on when you're done, so it keeps it nice and clean. And then it locks. So to unlock it, you just twist it to the side, twist it back to lock it, so that's good. If you travel with this, you don't have to worry about it exploding in your bag. So we love to see it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply this on half of my face. I think I'm gonna do it on this half because this is the better lit half from the natural daylight and stuff like that. So I'm just going to dab a small amount like it says, and I'm going to apply this anywhere that I have fine lines. So on this half, I have a little on my forehead. I have smile lines under the eyes. And a little around the mouth area. Guys, if you want to avoid wrinkles, just walk around with resting bitch face all the time. Don't smile unnecessarily at people who don't deserve it, and you will look young forever. So we're gonna put it away and we're gonna let it sit. And then I'm gonna do a close-up and see if we can notice any sort of difference on my face. I realize I'm not the best example because I don't have a ton of wrinkles, but I will be bringing someone out here who has much deeper forehead wrinkles, and we will be trying it on them in just a minute. Okay, so it's been about 60 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really seeing a huge difference. I still have the line here, the line here. The fine lines are going on up here. Under the eye does look a little better. I don't know if that's just because I put like extra product on that area. But overall, like it's not a huge difference. I put it on this half of my face. So this is my forehead. These are like my fine lines. Nothing too crazy. So obviously this eye has a little bit more of a bag. And then obviously I do have still like some lines going on here. So I'm looking in the viewfinder while I'm doing this to make sure that I am in focus. But when I smile, I feel like it does still leave like a little bit of like wrinkling going on in this area. So we're gonna bring out someone else and test it on their forehead and see if we get more of a difference. Okay, so we're gonna test this on someone whose forehead lines are a little bit more pronounced than mine. Still not a ton, but just a tiny bit more, and let's just see how this performs on them. Now we're gonna let that set for about 60 seconds and we'll have a look. Okay, so this is the results after 60 seconds. As you can see, it has worked a little bit, although there is like a tiny bit of a almost like white cast type residue. I don't know if that's because I used maybe a little too much, It does fill the lines a little bit, but the overall tacky feeling of it on your skin is comparable to that of Elmer's glue, which isn't really that desirable. So they're saying that it's an uncomfortable feeling. Mine dried down okay, but I think it's just because I'm used to wearing makeup and skincare products that for me it's not as noticeable, but I can see kind of a residue on their skin, which I don't have on my skin. I don't know if that's because of a different complexion and it shows a white cast. If you are a person of color, I don't really know how that works, but that was just the overall consensus here. Okay, I'm back. I changed shirts because it was getting a little toasty out here in the living room. Now you've seen it on two completely different people with two different complexions and skin types. So what I'm gonna do now is go in with my makeup and see how my makeup performs over the product. And like I said, I've only done this half of my face, so you will get to see if there's more creasing, if it goes on smoother. So let's find all of that out right now. And I really love this foundation. This is the Luminous Silk foundation by Giorgio Armani, and it really does go on well. It's very lightweight, but still has decent coverage that you can build up. Very natural, and it just leaves your skin looking really nice. So I thought this would be the perfect one to use for this video because it goes on well over most products, and I wanted to use a foundation that was not going to be difficult so that we could really get the best overall idea of how all these products perform together. Because you're probably going to want to wear makeup on a normal basis. And I didn't use a primer just because I really wanted to see how my skin looks naturally without any pore filling, anything like that. I really wanted to see just how the actual Time Eraser product was going to work. Next, I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. And this is really going to show whether or not I get any creasing under the eyes. So I am noticing right away that my concealer is not sitting on top of it well at all. It is very patchy. So I'm gonna come up close to the camera here. So this eye is the eye that does not have the product under it, and this eye has the product, and right in this area you'll see that it is really patchy and it is not sitting well on top of it at all. So that's kind of a problem, especially because the Tarte Shape Tape is kind of like a cult universal favorite for most people. I never have issues with this sitting over really any foundation or any products, so the fact that it is doing this under this eye is a bit concerning. And also, I'm still seeing lines right here. Like, this line has not been filled at all, and nothing too crazy has happened really to my forehead either. So far I'm not really seeing like much of a difference on myself. I'm gonna go in now with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and just set that area in hopes that it will keep from further deterioration of the concealer. And I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Finish Powder, and this is in the shade 2 Medium, and I'm just going to lightly use this just to set my forehead and my smile lines. Now normally this powder is really good for preventing creasing, anything like this. So I am really doing the most to try to help this product out and really just get it to look like it's meant to look. So I went ahead and did the rest of my makeup off camera because it's not really important or the point of this video, but I did want to see how it would all perform over this product. So what I am noticing is the Laura Mercier setting powder did kind of help to fix the situation with the product looking patchy under my eyes. So that's a plus. And the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finishing Powder did definitely help set my forehead and keep that from creasing. However, I am still experiencing creasing in this area and quite a bit under the eye. It's not really any different on the side I didn't use versus the side I did use. I still have like my crow's feet going on in this area and just the lines right here. If anything, this side is less creased after putting the makeup on than this side. But it's very bizarre to me. I don't know if it's just because makeup doesn't perform well over this product. I mean, sometimes that's just the case. So my final thoughts is I'm not really that big of a fan. I'll be entirely honest. I really did not see much of a difference using this product, which is really unfortunate because I spent a lot of money on it. I really wanted to like it, and I really don't like leaving negative reviews for brands because obviously they've put a lot of time and energy into making this product perfect, and I definitely don't like to just bash somebody, but I just really, it's just not for me. I mean, I just don't really see any significant difference. I don't know if it's my skin or what it is. Maybe on other people it works better. Maybe this is a product that just works better when you aren't using any makeup over top and you're doing like a very natural look. I do think a little bit goes a long way. You definitely don't want to overdo it because you will get that sticky type of feeling. And on the other person I tested it on, there is a bit of like a white cast. It is flaking. It just doesn't look that good. I don't think I used too much, but again, this is the first time I've used the product, so it could very well be that that was my bad. However, it didn't really do much for the wrinkle situation either. So I don't know, guys. I mean, if you've tried this product, let me know down below what you think. I'm really interested to know your opinions. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed it and you want to see more product reviews in the future. And thank you guys so much for watching.